guys, what's going on? It's GamerGator here, and today we are doing a new sort of video. We are going to be doing, I'm going to be showing you my dinosaur prediction list for Jurassic World Evolution 2. There are confirmed to be at least 75 dinosaurs in the game, and I'm super pumped for this game. And so I'm doing some speculation, slash wish list, prediction stuff, and I'm going to show you my, honestly, this list of predictions is a bit misleading. This is more of a wish list sort of thing, but this is also dinosaurs that I could still very well see appearing in the game. So without further ado, let's get into the actual list of dinosaurs. So first up, we have the dinosaurs confirmed. As you can see, we have Acrocanthosaurus, Allosaurus, Amargasaurus, Ankylosaurus, Baryonyx, Brachiosaurus, Camarasaurus, Coelophysis, Mosasaurus, Nasutoceratops, Pteranodon, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, and Tyrannosaurus Rex, all confirmed to be in Jurassic World Evolution 2 as of now. And I think it is a good selection to start off with. It is a good starting point, and I'm sure we'll see many more dinosaurs appear in the future of the game. And so those are the ones confirmed. Let's get into my predictions now. So this is 14, and we have 61 dinosaurs to go. Alright, so I'm predicting all of the filmed dinosaurs will make it into Jurassic World Evolution 2. Pterosaurs, Carnotaurus, Ceratosaurus, Compsognathus, Corythosaurus, Dilophosaurus, Dimorphodon, Gallimimus, Indominus Rex, Indoraptor, Mamenchisaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Sinoceratops, Spinosaurus, Stygimoloch, and Velociraptor, I predict will all make it in. Indominus Rex and Indoraptor are a couple oddballs. Oh geez, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Indoraptor and Indominus Rex are oddballs because they're hybrids, and Jurassic World Dominion is not going to be focusing on hybrids. And I know the story of Jurassic World Evolution 2 will take place outside of the islands, and it's going to take place in other habitats like forests and deserts and that sort of stuff. So Indominus Rex and Indoraptor, I'm not sure will make it in, but here's why I'm predicting them. I'm predicting them because there were such major parts to the stories that they were in that I feel like they had to be in the game. You don't need more hybrids than that. Just these two, I feel like they're a must include. Even if you don't unlock them until you get into sandbox mode or something, or until you complete the story. I feel like they gotta be in here. So now let's move on to the Dominion dinosaurs. The Dominion dinosaurs include Atelociraptor, Dreadnoughtus, Giganotosaurus, Iguanodon, Lastrosaurus, Moros, something like that, Oviraptor, and Quetzalcoatlus. Now, I gotta first talk about the elephant in the room here. Lastrosaurus is not a dinosaur. And when I say dinosaurs, I'm paraphrasing, of course. I know Quetzalcoatlus isn't a dinosaur. I know Mosasaurus, Pteranodon, I know they're not dinosaurs. I know they're flying reptiles and aquatic creatures. I know they're not dinosaurs, okay? Just for title's sake. So Lastrosaurus, I know it's a prehistoric creature, and I could see it appearing in a Jurassic World Dominion DLC, but I'm predicting we won't have Lastrosaurus in, and it's because I don't predict prehistoric creatures will make it in, pre-dinosaurs will make it into Jurassic World Evolution, at least not land ones, and that's just because, I feel like if you would have to do a bunch of new ones then, other than just Lastrosaurus, because I feel like that wouldn't be enough. Maybe, just maybe, there's a slight chance it'll make it in, but I personally don't see it. And then the other thing here is I predict Atelociraptor, Dreadnoughtus, Moros, Oviraptor, and Quetzalcoatlus will all make it in as DLC. And with a Jurassic World Dominion pack when the movie comes out, along with the Dominion story. Because I'm pretty certain all these dinosaurs are supposed to appear in Jurassic World Dominion, and I'm predicting these as DLC ones because they're not so prominent to the point that they need to be in release. Maybe Quetzalcoatlus, but they're not so prominent that they need to be at the release of the game, and I feel like you could use these and put them in a Jurassic World Dominion DLC pack along with the story. I think that'd be quite good, kind of like what they do with Claire's Sanctuary. Or maybe they'll make it a free update where you add in all these creatures for free like they did with the Fallen Kingdom pack. And then there's Giganotosaurus and Iguanodon, who I think will make it in at launch just because they're such prominent dinosaurs. They're so popular. I feel like that they have to make it in at release. So I'm including those for launch dinosaurs. The rest are going to be DLC other than Electrosaurus, which I'm predicting will not make it into the game. As sad as it may seem to some of you. But alright, now we move on to the Jurassic Park Operation Genesis dinosaurs, and I'm predicting these will make it in because Jurassic World Evolution is a spiritual successor to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. And I do firmly believe that the Albertosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, Dryas, and Montosaurus, Homocephaly, Kentrosaurus, Oranosaurus, Styracosaurus, and Torosaurus will make it into the launch of the game. I feel like they're quite popular dinosaurs, and especially it's JPOG, and the devs had to respect JPOG, and just these are really important dinosaurs to include. They're all pretty popular, so yeah, I think these are definitely worthy of inclusions for Jurassic World Evolution 2. And now we move on to the Jurassic World Evolution 1 returns. And the ones I'm predicting are Crichtonsaurus, Deinonychus, Diplodocus, Herrerasaurus, Metriacanthosaurus, Nodosaurus, Proceratosaurus, Struthiomimus, Suchomimus, and Troodon. I'm predicting Crichtonsaurus just because we don't have many Ankylosaurids predicted, so I got throw in Crichtonsaurus there, and plus the Michael Crichton namesake. Deinonychus just because it's so popular and it's another good small carnivore. Diplodocus, it's a very unique looking sauropod, I think it'd be a good mix there. Herrerasaurus, because it's one of the very few dinosaurs that are in between small and medium, so I feel like Herrerasaurus could be an interesting fit there. Metriacanthosaurus, because it had the name drop in the first Jurassic Park when Niger was collecting the DNA genomes. Metriacanthosaurus was named there, and also just because it's one of the fan favorites from the first game. Nodosaurus, just because you gotta get a Nodosaur in there, and Nodosaurus is one of my favorite, and it's also Nodosaurus, therefore it should be the one included. Proceratosaurus, just because I believe it was name dropped somewhere. I forget where in the franchise, but I know it was name dropped somewhere, for sure. I just forget where, my bad. And then Struthiomimus, you know, it's that first dinosaur you get in Jurassic World Evolution. It would be disrespectful to not put Struthiomimus into the second game. Suchomimus, because it was advertised a decent amount for Jurassic World, like on the Jurassic World website and everything. It wasn't actually in the movie or in trailers or anything, but it was on websites and stuff, so I do feel like Suchomimus should make it in. And I do think it's another one of the more popular dinosaurs that should make it in. And then Troodon, because it was in Jurassic Park the game, and it's really cool, and it's a very unique dinosaur again with a whole poison bite, so Troodon I do think should make it in. Those are Jurassic World Evolution returns that I'm predicting for the game. And if you're keeping track, I have predicted 50 returning dinosaurs from the first Jurassic World Evolution, and then there are 25 new additions, including, and those 25 do include Mosasaurus and Dimorphodon. So, and then we're going to have 23 more new additions being added here. So first up, we're talking about the Jurassic World Evolution 2 new dinosaurs. The ones I'm predicting are Cryolophosaurus, because they're medium carnivores added to the mix, which is quite cool, and we've also got an Antarctic is it Antarctic or Arctic? I believe it's from Antarctica, and that's an interesting dig site, makes it more unique. Deinonychus, because we need more variety in the Stegosaurs. We only had Stegosaurus and Kentrosaurus before. Deinonychus adds some nice variation. Irritator is pretty on the more unique side for a medium carnivore. There aren't many Spinosaurs in the game. We have Spinosaurus, Baryonyx, and Suchomimus, but it'd be nice to have another one in there, almost replacing the Spinoraptor Void, because it is smaller than, I think a bit smaller than Baryonyx, but not a lot smaller. Irritator may be too similar to Baryonyx, but I do think Irritator would be a cool inclusion, and another dinosaur to use that fish feeder. Hopefully they include that. Lambeosaurus, get another Hadrosaur in there. Lambeosaurus is one of the more popular Hadrosaurs, so I think it'd be a cool addition. Minmi, I did unfortunately take out Metabarosaurus, so we need the Australian dinosaur. And I think Minmi is a great dinosaur to fill that void, as it's pretty unique because it's pretty small. And also we need another Nodosaur. We only had Nodosaurus. And we also want to get another Ankylosaur-like creature, because before that we only had Ankylosaurus, Crichtonsaurus, and then Nodosaurus as the Nodosaurid. So Minmi, another good addition there. Ornithomimus is being added here because I think we need more Ornithomimids. I'm taking out Archaeornithomimus because I do think Ornithomimids would be more interesting. And you know, Archaeornithomimus wasn't that popular from the first game. So, and you gotta include Gallimimus and Struthiomimus, add Ornithomimus to the group, you're golden. And then Plateosaurus is being added because I feel like Plateosaurus is a very unique sauropod. I'm trying to get these unique dinosaurs in there to get some really good variety in here. Same thing goes for Protoceratops, who is a smaller ceratopsian. I think that'd be really interesting to see incorporated into Jurassic World Evolution 2. Next up is Rugops. I can see Rugops being replaced with Rajasaurus. I think either one could kind of go in that space. But I went with Rugops because it's a bit more unique. It's a bit smaller. It's kind of like Herrerasaurus, I believe, or it's in that void between small and medium. So I think Rugops would be an interesting fit. And then you got Shunosaurus. Really want to see Shunosaurus in here because it's got that club tail with the sauropod again going for those really unique sauropods in there. I think that'd be awesome. Tarbosaurus, it's one of the main large carnivores that wasn't really included in the first Jurassic World Evolution, and I think Tarbosaurus would be a really cool inclusion to the game. It's just a freaking cool dinosaur. It's similar to the T-Rex, but not the same, and it's awesome. Maybe you could get feathered Tarbosaurus, who knows? Tenontosaurus. Tenontosaurus is very similar to dinosaurs like Maiasaura and Metaburosaurus. I'm kind of using Tenontosaurus as a spiritual successor to those dinosaurs that were unfortunately booted from the roster. Next up is Therizinosaurus, just because Therizinosaurus is such a cool dinosaur. Again, very unique dinosaur, and I really hope they include Therizinosaurus because it's such a cool and unique dinosaur in my opinion. I feel like gotta add that dinosaur. Next is Turangosaurus. Added it in for the same reason as Dinosaurus. Not many Stegosaurids. Another one would be a nice inclusion because unfortunately I took out Huangosaurus, Gigantspinosaurus, and Chunkingosaurus, but I wanted to add. I still need a couple more Stegosaurids, so adding it to Turangosaurus I thought was a good fit. And then we got Utahraptor in here just because Utahraptor is freaking awesome. And I feel like you gotta have Utahraptor in there. Utahraptor is just such a cool dinosaur, you know? It'd be such a weird. It'd be so weird seeing like an upscaled raptor. And but I hope they do more than just an upscaled raptor at the end of the day. And I think it'd be a really cool fit into this game. And the last one is Yangchuanosaurus, because cool Chinese medium-sized carnivore, and I think Yangchuanosaurus is a cool dinosaur that deserves more love. And so that's why those are the dinosaurs included in the Jurassic World Evolution 2 new roster. Now, we gotta talk about the Pterosaurs, because they have, for all I know, they could only be including Pteranodon. I'd be very surprised if they don't include Dimorphodon, and I'd be surprised if they don't include more than just those two. So the extra two I'm predicting are Tapejara, Tropognathus, and Zhejiangopterus. Alright, so here's how they fit in. I'm predicting 5 pterosaurs and 5 marine creatures for the overall roster, at least for the launch. There could always be more added. So for the small pterosaur, you've got Dimorphodon, that perfectly suits that void. And then you got the medium pterosaurs with Pteranodon and Tropognathus. They're around the same size, I believe. Tropognathus maybe a little smaller. But then in between there, in between the small and medium, you've got the Tapejara to fill that void. And I think that's pretty cool, adding the Tapejara there. And then for the big pterosaur, the large one, you got the Zhejiangopterus. It's kind of, I'm kind of using it as a holdover till you get Quetzalcoatlus from the Jurassic World Dominion DLC. But I do think Zhejiangopterus is also a very cool pterosaur, and I think perfectly suits that large pterosaur void. So there we go. And then we have the aquatic creatures. Of course, we're including Mosasaurus. For all we know, we may only. Oh, I can't speak. For all I know, we may only get Mosasaurus, but I'm predicting more. Elasmosaurus, just because it's iconic, you gotta get at least one Plesiosaur in there. Elasmosaurus is the coolest, in my opinion, it's the biggest, it's the most popular. Other than maybe Plesiosaurus. Then Ichthyosaurus. Ichthyosaurus is a cool one that would be great because it's smaller than the other ones, so it'd be an interesting fit in there. And you can even use Ichthyosaurus to be fed to creatures like the Mosasaurus, so I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna say Megalodon for last year. Tylosaurus, because Tylosaur was in Jurassic Park the game. I believe it was the Tylosaur that was in there. And I think the Tylosaurus is also pretty cool. I was thinking about not including it because it might be too similar to the Mosasaur. But then I realized it was in Jurassic Park the game. Gotta include Tylosaur. And I know Megalodon didn't exist during the time of dinosaurs. But I'm including Megalodon just because it's so freaking popular. I mean, everyone knows the Megalodon. We all would love to see a Megalodon in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Will it happen? Maybe. We'll see. I hope it will, because Megalodon is just so popular, and if they're doing aquatic creatures, I feel like you gotta include Megalodon in there, you know? It's one of the most... It's right next to Mosa for the most iconic aquatic reptile, or aquatic creature. from the past. So even though it didn't exist at the same time dinosaurs, I feel like you got to include Megalodon. Alright, now, here's the overall final roster. So I sorted it. There's the confirmed dinosaurs there. Do a quick recap here. So the confirmed dinosaurs: Acrocanthosaurus, Allosaurus, Amargasaurus, Ankylosaurus, Baryonyx, Brachiosaurus, Camarasaurus, Coelophysis, Mosasaurus, Nasutoceratops, Pteranodon, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, and Tyrannosaurus Rex are the confirmed ones. The film dinosaurs appearing from the actual film franchise: we got Apatosaurus, Carnotaurus, Ceratosaurus, Compsognathus, Cretasaurus, Dilophosaurus, Dimorphodon, Gallimimus, Indominus Rex, Indoraptor, Mamenchisaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Sinoceratops, Spinosaurus, Stygimoloch, and Velociraptor. Now for the Dominion dinosaurs plus story DLC, I'm predicting Pterosaurus as a DLC, Dreadnoughtus as a DLC, Giganotosaurus as a launch dinosaur along with Iguanodon. Lystrosaurus will not be included. I don't predict that happening. I predict it won't happen. Moros will be DLC along with Oviraptor and Omnivore, which would be cool to include, and then Quetzalcoatlus also as DLC with a Dominion story. I think that'd be cool. Now the J-Pog dinosaurs, we got Albertosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, Dryosaurus, Edmontosaurus, Homocephaly, Kentrosaurus, Oranosaurus, Styracosaurus, and Torosaurus. I feel like you gotta include all those dinosaurs. Then we have the Jurassic World Evolution 1 Returns with Crichtonsaurus, Deinonychus, Diplodocus, Herrerasaurus, Metriacanthosaurus, Nodosaurus, Proceratosaurus, Struthiomimus, Suchomimus, and Troodon. Now we also have the Jurassic World Evolution 2 new arrivals with Cryolophosaurus, Dacentrurus, Edmontonia, Irritator, Lambeosaurus, Ornithomimus, Platyosaurus or Plasiosaurus? No, Plasiosaurus. Plasiosaurus, Protoceratops, Rugops, Shonosaurus, Tarbosaurus, Tenatosaurus, Therizinosaurus, Tuajangosaurus, Utahraptor, and Yangchuanosaurus. Then we have the Jurassic World Evolution 2 new pterosaurs, which will include Tapijara, Tropiognathus, and Zhejiangothorus. And then finally, we of course have the Jurassic World Evolution 2 aquatic creatures with Elasmosaurus, Ichthyosaurus, Megalodon, and Ankylosaurus. So if we looked at the totals there now, I'm including 7 small carnivores into the release of the game, with 9 in total after the Jurassic World Dominion DLC. I'm predicting 11 medium carnivores, and then 8 large carnivores, plus 2 hybrids, giving us a total of 28 carnivores at the release date, along with a total of 30 if you include the DLC. Now for omnivores, I'm predicting none for now, but 1 as the Oviraptor with the DLC. I forget, is Troodon a omnivore? It might be an omnivore. I'm pretty sure it's a carnivore though, I think. Hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm right. And then, so we got 3 Pachycephalosaurids I'm including, 3 Ornithomimids, 8 Ornithopods/Hadrosaurids, 4 Ankylosaurids/Nodosaurids, 4 Stegosaurids, 6 Ceratopsids, 8 Sauropods, 9 with the DLC, 1 Therizinosaur, and that gives us a total of 37 herbivores at the release of the game, 38 if you want to count the DLC, and that will give us a total of 65 dinosaurs at the start of Jurassic World Evolution 2 with its original roster. Then we have 5 pterosaurs being included, 6 with the DLC, and then 5 aquatic creatures, giving us a total of 75 dinosaurs and 80 with the DLC. Of course, I predict more DLCs to come out other than just that Jurassic World Dominion pack. I can see many more DLCs being released, and I also imagine, shoot, I lost my train of thought. They did say, okay, I got it back. They said at least 75 dinosaurs at the release at the launch of Jurassic World Evolution 2, so that means there very well could be more than 75. We could have, more Jurassic World Evolution 1 returns. We could have more original dinosaurs. We could have more pterosaurs, more aquatic creatures, who knows? More hybrids for all we know. So there are so many possibilities that Frontier can do with this Jurassic World Evolution 2 roster. This is just my prediction for now. Also, I'm assuming this video is going to go very out of date very quickly once they announce more dinosaurs. So, yeah, this is just my prediction, and I hope I get a lot of them right. and I can imagine myself getting a lot of them right. So there you go. Those are my predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. It helped out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.